Lesson 1, Dairy Delights.
When I go grocery shopping, I always make sure to check out the dairy section.
That's where you can find so many delicious items like cheese and butter, right?
Yes. And yogurt is another staple I always look for, it's so versatile and tasty.
I agree. Yogurt can be enjoyed plain, with fruits, or even in smoothies.
Plus, there are so many flavors to choose from, it's hard to get bored with it.
Exactly. And cheese can elevate any dish, whether it's a salad or a pasta.
It's true. I love trying different types of cheese from various regions.
It's like a little culinary adventure in the grocery store.
Yes. And butter is essential for baking, making everything so rich and flavorful.
Lesson 2, Baby Steps.
Watching babies learn to walk and talk is such a fascinating process, don't you think?
It really is. Each small step they take is a huge milestone for them.
And the excitement on their faces when they finally manage to stand is priceless.
Yes. It's like they've conquered the world in that moment.
I remember my aunt changing the baby's diaper and encouraging her to take those first steps.
That's such an important part of their development, they need all the support they can get.
Exactly. It's incredible to witness the transformation from crawling to walking.
And once they start talking, it opens up a whole new world of communication.
Yes, those first words are always so sweet and memorable.
Lesson 3, Reading Preferences.
You know, I've noticed that some people prefer to read a good book or the newspaper instead of watching TV.
That's interesting. I can see why. Reading can be such a peaceful and enriching experience.
Absolutely. There's something special about getting lost in a good story.
And newspapers can keep you updated on current events in a way that feels more personal than TV.
Right. Plus, reading allows you to engage your imagination, which is a wonderful escape.
Yes. It's like entering a different world with every page you turn.
I love how books can teach us new things and broaden our perspectives.
Exactly. It's fascinating how a simple story can spark so many thoughts and conversations.
And discussing what we read with others can lead to some deep and meaningful exchanges.
Lesson 4, Active Listening.
I've been thinking a lot about how important it is to actively listen and understand the other party's needs.
That's such a valuable skill. It really helps in building strong relationships, doesn't it?
Yes. When you truly listen, it shows that you respect and value what the other person is saying.
Absolutely. It creates a safe space for open communication and trust.
And preparation plays a vital role in effective communication too.
For sure. Knowing what you want to discuss can lead to more productive conversations.
Yes, and it also helps in anticipating the other person's concerns or questions.
That's true. Being prepared can make you feel more confident in the discussion.
And when both parties are engaged, it leads to a more meaningful dialogue.
Lesson 5: Future Plans.
I haven't planned my next trip yet, but I'm definitely thinking about going soon.
That sounds exciting. Do you have any specific destinations in mind?
I'm considering a few places, but I'm still weighing my options.
That's a great approach. Researching can help you find the perfect spot for your adventure.
Yes. I love exploring new places and experiencing different cultures.
Absolutely. It's such a rewarding experience to step out of your comfort zone.
And it's always fun to make new memories while traveling.
Definitely. Plus, it gives you something to look forward to.
Exactly. I can't wait to finalize my plans and start my next journey.
Lesson 6: Artistic Expressions.
I was just thinking about how rewarding it is to create art. What about you?
I love watercolors. They create such beautiful, soft effects on paper.
Yes. Watercolors can produce a range of emotions through color and technique.
Exactly. It's like each brushstroke has its own story to tell.
I find it fascinating how the water can change the way colors blend together.
Me too. It's almost magical to see how unexpected results can turn out beautifully.
And painting can be therapeutic, allowing for expression and relaxation.
Absolutely. It's a wonderful way to unwind and tap into your creativity.
I love how art brings people together and can spark meaningful conversations.
Lesson 7: Weekend Fun.
Hey there! I was thinking about doing something fun this weekend. Any ideas?
That sounds like a great plan. How about exploring a new hiking trail?
That's a fantastic idea. Being in nature can be so refreshing and invigorating.
Definitely. Plus, it's a great way to enjoy some exercise and good company.
I love discovering new paths and enjoying the beautiful scenery along the way.
Yes. It's always a joy to breathe in fresh air and take in the sights.
And if we pack a picnic, it could turn into a lovely day out.
That would be perfect. A picnic in nature sounds delightful.
Let's make it happen. I can't wait for a weekend filled with adventure and fun.
Lesson 8: Charges and Breakfast.
I just checked the bill, and it looks like there are some additional charges from our stay that I wasn't expecting.
Oh, really? What kind of charges are we talking about here?
It seems they added a fee for room service and a minibar that I thought was included in the price.
That's frustrating. Did you mention that when you checked in? I thought they said breakfast was complimentary.
Exactly. And now they're saying breakfast is an additional cost unless we use a specific coupon.
Wow, that's sneaky. What do you think we should do about it?
I think we should definitely talk to the front desk before we check out. I'll use my credit card to cover anything we can't resolve.
Good idea. It's important to clarify these charges so we're not caught off guard.
Absolutely, we deserve to know exactly what we're paying for.
Lesson 9, the A-bomb debate.
Have you ever thought about how much money was involved in developing the atomic bomb?
Absolutely, it was staggering, especially when you consider the resources dedicated to its creation.
Some argue that it was necessary for ending the war, while others believe it was a moral failure.
That's a complex issue, isn't it? Many people feel that the end justified the means, while others disagree.
It's interesting how some say that the desire to use it stemmed from a mix of fear and power.
Indeed, that power dynamic was crucial at that time in history, shaping international relations for decades.
The implications of such a weapon are still felt today, don't you think?
Definitely, it's a reminder of the responsibility that comes with technological advancements.
It raises the question of ethics in scientific progress, which is something we should always consider.
Lesson 10, Shaping Hope.
With patience and a grateful heart, how do you think we can shape hope into something meaningful?
I believe it starts with small actions that inspire others, creating a ripple effect of positivity.
That makes sense. When we act with kindness, we influence those around us to do the same.
Exactly, and maintaining a positive outlook can really transform our daily experiences.
It's about finding joy in the little things and sharing that joy, right?
Yes, and being truly grateful for what we have can amplify our happiness.
I find that gratitude often leads to deeper connections with others too.
Absolutely, when we express appreciation, we nurture our relationships and build a supportive community.
So, how can we actively practice gratitude every day?
Lesson 11, the importance of etiquette.
You know, many people today believe that good manners aren't as important as they used to be.
That's true, but I think the point of etiquette is to help people feel comfortable and respected.
Exactly, it creates an atmosphere where everyone feels valued and heard.
I wonder if people realize that good manners can actually enhance their social interactions.
They often underestimate how a simple thank you or please can make a big difference.
And it can help ease tensions in difficult situations, making conversations more pleasant.
Yes, it's all about fostering a sense of community and understanding among us.
Good etiquette can break down barriers and build bridges, don't you think?
Absolutely, it's a vital part of effective communication in any culture.
Lesson 12, Tourist Attractions.
Are you planning to visit any tourist attractions during your trip?
Definitely. I want to see the Eiffel Tower, it's such an iconic landmark.
That's a great choice. The view from the top must be breathtaking.
I've heard it's even more beautiful at night when it's all lit up.
Yes, those twinkling lights create a magical atmosphere. It's a must-see.
What other places are on your list?
I'd love to check out the Louvre, especially to see the Mona Lisa.
Oh, that's fascinating. The art there is renowned worldwide.
It's amazing how much history is contained within those walls.
Lesson 13, Making Decisions.
I'm looking forward to our trip. Have you thought about what you want to do?
I have a few ideas, but deciding can be challenging sometimes.
That's true, we want to make the most of our time together.
I think it's important to balance fun activities with some relaxation too.
Absolutely. A mix of adventure and downtime is essential for a perfect getaway.
So, what are you leaning towards?
I'm thinking about outdoor adventures, maybe some hiking or exploring local markets.
That sounds exciting. I love immersing myself in the local culture.
Me too. It gives us a chance to connect with the place on a deeper level.
Lesson 14, Breakfast Plans.
What time is breakfast served at the hotel?
Breakfast is served from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., which gives us a good window.
Perfect. I can't wait to try the local dishes they offer.
Yes, sampling local cuisine is one of my favorite parts of traveling.
I hope they have fresh pastries. I've heard French pastries are to die for.
They are. Nothing compares to a warm croissant in the morning.
Exactly. It's a delightful way to start the day.
And having a leisurely breakfast allows us to plan our day ahead.
Right. It sets a positive tone for the adventures to come.
Lesson 15, Winter Fun.
Have you ever built a snowman during winter?
I have. It's such a joyful activity, especially with friends.
I sometimes build a snow fort too. It adds another level of fun to the snow.
That sounds awesome. A snowball fight is always a blast afterward.
Exactly, we used to have epic snowball battles.
Those are some of my favorite winter memories.
It's incredible how snow can turn an ordinary day into an adventure.
And it's a great way to enjoy the outdoors and stay active during the cold months.
Yes, winter has its charm, especially with all the fun activities we can do.
Lesson 16, Successful Trips.
I'd say it was a successful trip despite the minor challenges we faced, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. Those challenges often make the best stories later on.
Exactly, it's all about how we handle them that counts.
It teaches us resilience and adaptability, which are valuable life skills.
And every experience adds to our journey, doesn't it?
Yes, it shapes us in ways we might not even realize at the moment.
I love looking back and reflecting on what we learned from those moments.
Me too. It makes the memories even more special.
So, what's our next adventure going to be?
Lesson 17, Historical Towns.
Did you know that this town was established during the 17th century by settlers from the Netherlands?
Really? That's fascinating. I love learning about the history behind places we visit.
Yes, those early settlers named their town New Amsterdam, which eventually became New York.
It's amazing how names and places evolve over time. It makes you appreciate their history even more.
Absolutely. Walking through the old streets, you can almost feel the stories of the past.
I can imagine. Do you think any of the original buildings still exist today?
Yes, some of them have been preserved as historical sites, and they offer tours that highlight their significance.
That sounds incredible. I would love to see how people lived back then and what their daily lives were like.
For sure. It's interesting to think about how different life was compared to today.
Lesson 18, Historical Allegiances.
Did you know that the Acadians were once required to swear an oath of allegiance to King George of England?
Really? That's quite interesting. I wonder what motivated them to do that during such a tumultuous time.
It was a complex situation, especially since many Acadians were originally French settlers.
That makes sense. They must have felt caught between two powerful nations, which would have been challenging.
Exactly. Phillips was able to negotiate this in 1729, securing the allegiance of the French-speaking population.
It's fascinating how such decisions shaped the future of those communities. How do you think they felt about it?
I imagine there was a mix of fear and hope, as they wanted to ensure their survival in a changing political landscape.
That's true. Their loyalty must have been tested over time, especially with the shifting allegiances in the region.
Yes, and it's remarkable how history often forces people to make tough choices for the sake of their families.
Lesson 19, Baking Bliss.
Have you tried baking bread at home?
Yes, I have, and I must say, there's something incredibly satisfying about making homemade bread from scratch.
I completely agree. The smell of fresh bread filling the kitchen is something that can't be beaten.
Exactly. It's like a warm hug for your senses. What kind of bread do you enjoy making the most?
I really love making sourdough, the long fermentation process gives it such a unique flavor.
Sourdough is fantastic. I usually go for a classic white bread, it's simple, yet so comforting.
Have you ever tried adding herbs or garlic to your bread? It elevates the flavor so much.
Oh yes. I once made rosemary and garlic bread, and it was a hit at the dinner party I hosted.
That sounds delicious. Would you like to bake together sometime?
Lesson 20, The Car Choice.
I was just checking our inventory, and it looks like we have a few cars left. What size and type would you like to consider?
I really need a small car that's easy to maneuver, especially in the city. Something compact would be perfect.
That sounds great. We do have a couple of compact models available. Do you prefer a hatchback or a sedan?
I think a hatchback would be more convenient for parking, plus it's easier to load groceries and other stuff.
Absolutely. Hatchbacks are quite versatile. Would you like to take a look at the features it offers, like fuel efficiency and tech options?
Yes, I'd love to know more about the fuel efficiency, that's an important factor for me.
This model gets around 35 miles per gallon, which is quite impressive for city driving. Do you think that would work for your needs?
Definitely. That would save me quite a bit on gas. How about the safety features?
It comes with advanced safety features, including lane assist and automatic emergency braking. Those could be really helpful.
Lesson 21, Risky Business.
I've been thinking a lot about the potential risks we face in our project. It's crucial that we analyze each one carefully to avoid any surprises down the road.
Absolutely, risk management is essential. If we don't identify these risks early, we could end up facing significant setbacks.
Right, and some risks might seem minor at first, but they could escalate into major issues if we're not prepared.
Exactly. For instance, if we overlook financial risks, it could jeopardize our entire budget.
And what about operational risks? Those can sneak up on us if we don't have a solid plan in place.
Yes, having contingency plans is key. It's like having a safety net to catch us if something goes wrong.
Speaking of which, have you thought about how we can effectively communicate these risks to the team?
I have. We should hold a meeting where we can discuss our findings and gather input from everyone involved.
That's a great idea. By getting everyone's perspective, we can refine our approach and make it stronger.
Lesson 22, Amsterdam Adventures.
I'm really excited about the potential layover in Amsterdam. It sounds like a fun opportunity to explore the city.
I completely agree. How long do we have during the layover?
I believe it's about 6 hours, which should give us enough time to see some sights.
That's perfect. I've heard the canals are beautiful, and we could even grab some local snacks while we're there.
Speaking of snacks, how much does the ticket cost for this whole trip?
I think it's around $1,000, but with the layover, it could be worth every penny.
Absolutely. Exploring Amsterdam would be a unique experience, especially with its vibrant culture and history.
Plus, we can enjoy a little adventure before getting to our final destination.
It's like 2 trips in one. I'm all for maximizing our travel experiences.
Lesson 23, Movie Melancholy.
Sometimes, I watch sad movies that really make me cry. It can be quite cathartic, don't you think?
I understand that, but I personally don't like feeling sad. It's hard for me to shake off those emotions afterward.
That's a fair point. It's interesting how different people react to films. Some find joy in the sadness, while others prefer lighter stories.
Exactly. I often gravitate towards comedies or feel-good films because they lift my spirits and make me smile.
I get that. But do you think it's important to experience a range of emotions through films?
Definitely. It helps us connect with our own feelings, but I still prefer to keep things upbeat when I can.
I respect that. It's all about personal preference and what resonates with us.
For sure. If I'm going to invest time in a movie, I want to feel good afterward, not weighed down by sadness.
That makes total sense. After all, movies are meant to entertain us and allow us to escape reality for a little while.
Lesson 24, City Explorations.
I've been thinking about our upcoming trip, and exploring the city sounds like a fantastic plan.
I'm so on board with that. What specific places do you have in mind?
Well, I'd love to check out the local markets and see what unique foods they have to offer.
That sounds amazing. I always enjoy tasting local delicacies when I travel.
Me too. It's one of the best ways to immerse ourselves in the culture.
Absolutely. Plus, we can take lots of pictures to remember our adventure.
Yes, capturing those moments will be so special. Do you think we should plan an itinerary?
Maybe just a rough idea of what we want to see. It'll give us some flexibility to explore spontaneously.
That's a good balance. I like the idea of having some structure, yet leaving room for surprises.
Lesson 25, Culinary Journeys.
Have you ever tried cooking international recipes at home? It can be such a fun experience.
Yes, I have. It's like bringing a little piece of the world into my kitchen. What about you?
I love it. Recently, I attempted making Thai curry, and it turned out surprisingly well.
That sounds delicious. I've always wanted to try my hand at making homemade sushi.
Sushi is a great choice. It looks challenging but rewarding once you get it right.
Exactly. Plus, it's a fun activity to do with friends. We could host a sushi making night.
That would be awesome. We could learn together and enjoy our creations afterward.
For sure. It's a great way to bond and share cultural experiences through food.
I love how cooking can connect us to different cultures. It makes the meal even more special.
Lesson 26, Review Hunting.
When planning a trip, I always read reviews to find the best deals. It really helps narrow down my options.
That's a smart approach. I do the same, especially when it comes to accommodations and restaurants.
Exactly. I want to ensure I'm making the right choices before spending my money.
Plus, local insights can make a huge difference in our experience.
For sure. And I'll also look into some local attractions that have good reviews.
Yes. It's all about maximizing our time and getting the most out of our visit.
I love discovering hidden gems that aren't in the typical tourist guides.
Me too. It makes the trip feel more authentic and memorable.
Absolutely. Let's make a list of places we want to check out based on the reviews.
Lesson 27, Gardening Goals.
I've been thinking about starting a garden in my yard, but I'm not sure how big it should be.
It can be overwhelming to decide, but starting small might be the best approach.
I agree. Maybe just a few plants to get the hang of it before expanding.
Exactly. It's more manageable, and it allows us to learn as we go.
What types of plants do you think we should start with?
I'd suggest herbs, they're easy to grow and can be used in cooking.
Great idea. Plus, fresh herbs add so much flavor to dishes.
Absolutely. And we could even try our hands at some vegetables later on.
That sounds like a fun project. I can already envision a beautiful little garden.
Lesson 28, Business Trip Excitement.
Yes, I'll be traveling to Paris next month for a business conference, and I'm quite excited about it.
That sounds fantastic. Paris is such a vibrant city with so much to offer.
I know. I'm looking forward to the conference, but I also hope to explore the city a bit.
You definitely should. What sites are you most interested in seeing?
I'd love to visit the Eiffel Tower and maybe stroll along the Seine River.
Both are amazing choices. The views from the Eiffel Tower are breathtaking.
And the Seine is perfect for a relaxing walk after a busy day at the conference.
Exactly. You can soak in the atmosphere and enjoy some local cuisine too.
Yes. I'll definitely make time for that. Any recommendations for must-try dishes?
Lesson 29, International Cuisine.
I'll keep that in mind. What other international dishes do you recommend trying while traveling?
There are so many. You should definitely try authentic Italian pasta, it's a game changer.
That sounds delicious. I've heard that homemade pasta is a completely different experience.
Absolutely. And don't forget about Indian curry, the flavors are incredible.
I love curries. They're so rich and comforting. What about desserts?
Oh, you have to try French macarons, they're light and filled with flavor.
I've always wanted to taste one. It seems like such a delightful treat.
Trust me, they're worth it. Each region has its own specialties to explore.
I'm excited just thinking about all the delicious food awaiting me.
Lesson 30, Work-Life Harmony.
I've been thinking a lot about what makes a job truly satisfying, and I believe it's all about striking that perfect balance between work and personal life.
Absolutely, and I think growth opportunities play a significant role in that equation too, don't you agree?
Yes, when a job allows for personal development while ensuring I have time for myself, it feels rewarding.
It's like finding a role that not only challenges you but also respects your time outside of work.
Exactly. I've seen people thrive in environments where they can grow without sacrificing their personal lives.
And it's refreshing to see companies that prioritize employee well-being along with career advancement.
Right. It makes a huge difference when you feel valued as a whole person, not just an employee.
It's about creating a work culture that nurtures both professional and personal growth.
Totally. That balance is essential for long term job satisfaction and overall happiness.